Welcome to where the furniture isn't always the best, but them views, they are amazing.
It's a 13 for y'all. 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 It's a 13 for y'all.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 13th floor where the furniture isn't always the best, but the views are amazing. B. Jones here, and I got my guy looking fresh to death, as always. DJ Barrett B. Fresh, what's going on, sir?
What does it do, world? We are here. We are live, direct. Another day, another beautiful day as a moon. Feeling good, feeling great. How are you?
Good, man. I'm trying to figure out what's the background, man. It looks like a mix between like a Star Trek set and maybe like a Doom,
It is
Doom the
some
game.
Star Wars underlayer, fresh evaded, infantry creation, nomad layer. That's what it tends to be. We are here.
All
Got my
there, all there.
AC.
BFBG, I'm coming to you next, man. What's happening?
Live and direct from Florida. Somehow I gotta make it to see my peoples out here within my day, but flew in. I'm here. Good. All's good. Tired, not because of this. This gives me energy, and I'm happy to be here. But it's been a long day of talking and coaching and teaching. And if anyone in the field knows how that works, that is definitely something that turns some energy. You guys made me super excited. I can't wait to hear a conversation today and get into all this. So it's gonna be fire.
Absolutely. Loving the energy, loving the energy. Coach K, what's happening, man, on your end of the world?
In the building. Just here in ATL. It was a sunny day today. We've been having a lot of rainy days, which it's been all right. It's been interesting. It almost reminds me of being in South Florida. Rain at least some portion of the day, and then the sun tries to come out for a few moments, and
That is a
boom,
hundred
you
percent
heard it.
how it. Hey, Asher, you are right on point. I mean, that is a
My
hundred
man,
percent how it has been down here.
Yo, can I say
my
that I
man,
actually
Ashley.
need that rain? I'm trying to grow some bitter leaf in the back. So bitter leaf is it's a Nigerian plant and it's used for soup. Um,
Peas
so
and soup and stuff.
so mother-in-law asked me to plant some here because it will grow longer and become a part of the system. So I bought some here in a pot and I have some I put in the ground. So I've been trying to make sure I water it, make that plant live and really diligent on that. But traveling has made things a little harder for me to do that. And I love my wife. And I'm like, hey, babe, can you make sure you water the plant in the back? She's like, yeah.
Yeah,
So I was like, cool, please rain. So when I hear rain, I'm like, yes, it's being watered. Good to go.
there
So
it
yeah,
is.
makes me happy to see a little bit of rain back there. I don't want to drench, but I need a little daily rain to keep that green growing.
Hey man, long live the what were they? The bitter, the what are they?
Bitter leaf.
Rico. Long live the
Yeah, I
bitter leaf.
mean, at least you have grass
It's
back at
true.
your yard.
You got grass. It just needs to regrow.
Oh,
A little shaded.
That's like saying I have hair.
ooh,
Technically,
it
you
just
have
needs to
hair.
regrow.
Let it grow a little bit.
Oh man, that's
Wow.
interesting, man. We got a little bit of a garden thing going on here too. We got a couple sunflowers, some banging oregano.
Mm.
It's amazing, and I think that's it. We had some microgreens growing for a little while, but when we did that little trip to Florida, we left the plants at mother-in-law's, sister-in-law's house, and yeah, them joints didn't make it. Didn't quite make it. But the oregano is great, man. I love putting that stuff in the pastas and everything. And it's crazy watching these plants grow, man. And some of them, all they need is water. Like the oregano, I stick that joint in the Fiji water, left it there. One of my friends had like trimmed one of his trees, gave me a bunch of it. I wrecked like half of it because I put it in the refrigerator thinking I was gonna keep it to cook with. Went bad super quick. Well, we took a couple of them, put them in some bottles of water, and those little shoots start sprouting, those little white roots or whatever start sprouting, and then you put it in the dirt, and it's just it's amazing.
He said the white.
Um,
I really,
mean recipe. You take some of that oregano, some lemon, some garlic, and some olive oil, and use that as both a marinade and then like a dressing over some man, you can do it over so much, but grilled chicken, and you put that over it like chicken breast, slice it up, and then you put it on. It's a Greek thing.
Sounds like
Put
it.
it over like
Fire.
some that orzo rice.
I gotta find anything other than pasta, rice, and all that, because apparently my
Yo, just
A1C
put it
is
on
just
the
continuing to
protein.
creep up.
Put it
Yeah.
on the
I really
protein
want
and
to.
whatever. Do it on some quinoa, whatever you want, bro. It is
I'm
delicious.
Really
sorry.
want to learn how to, I really want to learn how to like plant and grow some stuff in the back of the house. It just seems like it's a good thing to do. And you know, we're talking about turning the backyard into like half of it being turf for the boys to go out and play. But I want to keep some green space, like you know, do stuff and build. I mean, not well, let it grow. So I don't know, but I really want to learn that green thumb and would love to take a class on.
Dave Bush has a whole like he has started a whole farm on his father's property, and RIP to Dave Bush Pops. He passed away I think like 2 or 3 weeks ago. But yeah, Dave Bush actually has a whole farm. He's always
Wow.
displaying the different things that he's got going on, and I mean various vegetables and fruits and things. And I know this man has made I've had some Dave Bush wine, some Bush Mills wine, and some other things. He's definitely taken it to another level.
Wow. You were saying something, Kay.
Yeah. So I have some relatives that like one's a botanist, one is something agriculture, blah blah blah. So I asked them recently what would grow in our orange clay dirt here.
Yeah.
He said any type of rock vegetable,
Any
or
type of what vegetable?
rock vegetable or fruit. So things like
What is a rock vegetable? Because I thought
Let's
he
say
was just gonna say
root.
rock at first.
Potato, white potato, radish.
Those
right
are rock,
radish.
not root, rock.
They're
We get
called
that,
rock
Atlanta has that
fruit
clay, that
or
the
rock
red clay.
vegetables.
Yeah.
I'm
Cherries,
learning. I'm not. Yeah, I'm literally.
cherries,
Yo,
pears, anything like
Berries.
that should grow here.
cherries. That's it. I know. Art's ears perked up on that.
Right?
Oh, so I can get my reindeers from Carol now.
Correct.
I wonder
Yeah.
how long it takes to grow cherries, because I will definitely start.
Watermelon. We can grow watermelon.
Ooh.
I think
Oh, I'll take
squash.
that too.
Probably take a lot of water for watermelon to make that thing grow.
Not
I
really.
don't.
Really?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh man, you just made my
I
day.
think that's part of the reason why they are saying those types of things grow there because they don't
Because
need
the rock.
they
Ding,
yeah
ding, 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 ding.
they understand how to do what they got to do in those areas. Probably what like pumpkin squash,
I do. I'm sorry, sir.
pumpkin squash, zucchini.
Mm. Pumpkin squash.
I'm asking any of those. Okay. Yeah. Well, anyway.
So while Kay goes ahead and be dad of the year, you know what I'm saying? All right, we want to pick up where we left off, man. We said that we had a story for the people, man, around on Father's Day. So I'm trying to
Hey,
get
hold
into that.
on. I'm back. I'm sorry, I had to take a
True,
time out for a second.
too fast. What you got?
So I wanted to go somewhere before you went there. And Art talked about talking, coaching, teaching
Mhm.
down in South Florida in some of his locations. So I was curious, are any of these the locations that you used to be in prior?
Yes, actually, the one that I ran, I had a good experience at today with a new.
Gayland?
Yeah,
Gayland?
in Kendall.
Yep.
So I was down there and met with the gentleman. He knew about me, all about my history there, which is kind of cool that 16 years later or so, that your name still holds ring and people are coming in and asking for you.
You're a legend.
Yeah, listen, I will take it. And
Got your
we were
name,
super
picture on the
excited,
wall.
super
Art walks
excited,
in.
right?
Yeah, I remember
So
when
it was
Art
it
used
was
to hold
good.
that joint down. Hey, that man did not play. Art always take whatever he was doing to the max.
Hmm. So
That's
yes,
how you supposed to
it
do
was
it.
real good, man. It was real good. It was damn near awesome to be there and see that and then teach the guys there and just to have them ask questions. I'm like, hey, when you were here, what'd you do? When you were here, I was like, yo, that's pretty fire. Like, I can't believe that you're asking me that, and I appreciate that. Like, so it was good. It's good.
What is the flavor of the season?
Right now it's watermelon.
Oh, it is watermelon.
Mhm.
Got you. Okay.
Yes.
Very good. Very good.
Yep. About to go into blackberry soon.
Blackberry.
Blackberry
That's a
Good.
new
molasses,
one.
Yes.
one of those
Yeah.
things that
Blackberry with
never
coconut milk.
change.
Good stuff coming your way soon.
You said blackberry with coconut milk?
I
Yeah.
wish there was a Jamba Juice closer than Rockville or BWI.
Yeah. Rockville's not open yet, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Montgomery Mall.
Montgomery Mall.
Yep. Across the chicken.
There's a little kiosk in Columbia Mall, actually.
Yes, there is. That's open too.
There you go. That's where you can go.
Yeah.
We have
I said Montgomery Mall definitely ain't
Arundel
having
Mills Mall. Got you there too. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Arundel Mills. Yeah, there's one in there too.
yeah.
Where?
Next to the Cinnabon and Auntie Anne's.
Yeah.
By
There's
the
a little
movie theater.
kiosk.
By
There's
the
a
movie
little,
theater.
I mean, not a kiosk, a little actual, like,
By the movie
It
theater.
must not have been.
It's by the movie theater
Not a
side.
movie theater.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I'm not sure.
That's how much.
It's that Egyptian style movie theater they have over there.
Yeah. That's how often we go to the mall / movie theater. So you win, sir. So okay, we good to pick back up with you and Art's Father's Day yesterday.
man, I'll even do you a solid, man. I'll even help make the transition for you. So
Oh,
staying with art. So you and I had an opportunity to go do something that's probably not it's not something that our people would normally do. It wouldn't be a normal activity for us. We had an opportunity to go axe throwing.
correct.
I just
So-
talked to somebody yesterday that went axe throwing.
Correct. It was
Really?
not-
Yeah, well, you know him, well, kind of, sort of. Julian went axe throwing.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think it
yeah.
was like Monday, Sunday, something like that.
Yeah, it was I'll tell you, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure. I don't know. I didn't know what was going to happen. I also found it very interesting that it was attached to a brewery.
Yeah, that was interesting. Mhm.
Yeah, so go out here, drink beer, and throw axes. It just didn't seem like a good combination to me, but it was actually
We'll do
really cool. And of course, Art, like most things, he was really good at it.
Listen, I am a good person. I follow instructions very, very well. And that's all that it was. But I never thought I would ever be throwing axes or going back to the Neanderthal thoughts of things and doing those things. But it was pretty cool. It was really cool
Yeah.
to do that and throw them. And at the beginning, you're like, man, this sucks. You're throwing it, and you're like, they tell you this cool breakdown of like, all right, here's what not to do. Don't catch a falling axe. That's general, you know that already. Things like, oh, and by the way, you're gonna throw this axe at the wall, it's gonna come back at you. Don't pick it up, just step back. Don't lose your toes. She's like, nah, that won't happen. I think literally the first throw we did, it came right back at us because you're throwing it and you hit the butt of the axe goes right to the wall and it comes right back at you on the floor, but it slides back at you. You're like, oh, that happened. So like these guys were telling you everything they've done in the past. And he was like, whatever you do not throw do not think you can do the Jason Momoa double axe thing and throw it at the wall. He goes, it won't work. He was like, if you see a redneck do it before, you can't do
Probably
it.
something you shouldn't try.
So
Yeah.
it was good stuff.
It was hilarious. There was four of us, and we got into it by the end, and we only had booked for an hour, and we were sitting like, oh man, an hour is not going to be long enough. Man, please, at the end of that hour, like our
It's probably
show,
like a workout.
Right?
yeah,
And what? That's like
You
That's
start
like when you make the mistake of just being out there at the beach or something, and you got some little young boys out there throwing the football, and you're like,
Mhm.
"Oh yeah, let me throw the football around with you, young boy. Let me show y'all how." I had this Randall Cunningham. Randall, who, sir? Who is that? What did you say? Man, shut up. Just go out there for a pass, young fella. Next thing you know, you lying.
Hmm.
Yes,
What happened?
exactly.
What
Yeah.
happened? What?
Yeah.
Where?
You wake up next morning and
Don't talk
right.
about the next day.
It was pretty cool though. I mean, because you could do a double hand throw, or you could do, one hand throw. So
Yeah.
What
it was
was
good,
the
man.
preferred technique?
Preferred technique was, I think the single hand throw allows you to aim at where you want to go directly, but the double hand throw, make sure you got it, like you were going straight. Like it was hard to throw at an angle. They had little spots where the scores were. So we
Uh-huh.
started playing 21 or blackjacks. You have to throw it at a certain spot.
Ah, that's dope.
So when you're throwing it overhand, it's very hard to throw overhand and up. Like
I see what you're
but
saying.
when you're throwing it with, when you're doing one hand, you can actually aim at a higher, lower, or lower. So it's pretty cool. I just, like I said, I never would have thought I would have done this, but I highly suggest people do it because it's really cool. And there's many other things coming soon that I was surprised at. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool.
You
So
know what? That might actually be a dope segment we start doing. Um, Going on Groupon, finding them out of the box
yes,
things to do, going ahead and doing it. Let's talk about it. And just, that is something that I think a lot of people don't take enough time to do. And especially with things like Groupon, the opportunity to just go ahead and experience new stuff and get outside, especially now that outside is starting to reopen and it's back open. Like, start doing some things that are not your normal just, oh, I go to restaurants or I go to the movies. Go and try some things that you never heard of or even thought of, because you honestly, I think one of our biggest hurdles as people is we honestly don't know really what we like because we haven't
yeah,
experienced everything and haven't experienced enough.
that's facts.
I'm still waiting for the 13th floor jumping out of planes.
Mm.
I'm with it.
We had
I prepared
one
it all.
intern who was here for a while. He did it.
That was hilarious.
BJ did it too.
Did
Yep.
he?
When?
Yeah, Weezy did it.
He was the first one.
Recently,
Birthday
or
was
this is a
that?
long time
Yeah,
ago?
yeah, Weezy was the first to do it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
We should add that to the Arizona trip. We can go skydiving in Arizona.
I'm sorry. We going to Arizona?
That was the half talk that we had last time. That was the spot that we settled on.
And just throwing stuff out there, I'm
I
throwing
mean,
axes, see if one
let's just keep
sticks.
talking about it every week. Let's just keep talking
Yep,
about it
keep
every
the
week about
motivation going.
Arizona, and maybe we'll actually go. But yeah, I'd absolutely do it again. So next time we'll
So
figure
with
it.
the axe throwing, is it like gun range style? Like y'all got y'all stall, people next to you got your stall, or is it
Yep.
like kind of
That's
open?
exactly. So we had a double lane, so we could throw two people at a time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, that's kind
But
of
you
cool.
use the buddy system. Like you got to throw at the same time. You go pick up your axes at the same time.
Yeah.
It's no okay. You go ahead and
Safety
throw your
first.
axe.
Same
All
as
right, go get it.
possible. It ain't like bowling. Ain't no kind of just
Yeah. Yeah. They speaking of that, and I just saw this here in Atlanta. There's something called foaling, FOWLING, like bowling but with footballs, and you're throwing the football at the pins to see if you can knock
I
down
would
your strike.
1,000% do that.
I was like,
That man said,
yo,
I'm ready right now.
that's
Ready, baby. Let's
cool.
go.
I was like, wow. Of course,
Hey, I am up there August. Let's set that up.
let's
I
find
think
that.
that'd
Yeah.
be
I know it's here because
fantastic.
my other counterparts found it. I was like, oh, that would have been cool to invite me out. Like y'all left me hanging. So yes, I will find out about it and go. It looked pretty cool.
We got another
Um,
joint. We gotta we gotta try to organize too. It's a Marvel virtual reality situation that it's here in Atlanta too.
Called The Void. They got it. It's in Atlanta. It's in Vegas.
From the 13th through the 15th.
Is it like
Actually
Injustice
through
where
the
you get to pick your
16th,
character
13th
or
through the
something like that?
16th of
Yeah,
August.
but you're
And you
actually
get to fight?
you're in the thing. 13th, yeah, we got you. E. I'll ask you again though, so I can book it, reserve it if we have to. But I mean, if you put on your headsets, and you like look down and you're like we were told you're like you can see your Iron Man.
Yeah, that you're the character. Oh
You're like you got
yeah.
the pulses on. You're like you can actually like do pulsing and you look over and you see other characters and it's like
They have a couple different rooms like that where it's like the new upgraded virtual reality where they even have like your Walking Dead type thing and you have the same thing on and it really feels like you're the character. You have little weapons and stuff that you could use to shoot. They have one that's a room where you're like getting attacked by aliens and stuff and you're just trying to see how long you can survive.
So, we're talking about these things, right? And I think in our heads we have these preset notions of what enjoying life means. And these new experiences that we're talking about are just things that just add to the enjoyment of life. And it makes me think of something that happened earlier today. So you have a young woman, she's Black. You have a white male confined to a wheelchair, never going to walk again. And both of them happen to be walking in the same direction. And the guy says to the girl, like, "Hey, how you doing?" And she's like, I'm all right, just making it." And she says, "How about you?" And he says, "Oh, I'm just living my best life."
in the wheelchair.
White guy in a wheelchair. I'm living my best life.
Wow.
And Black females just like, "Oh, I'm just trying to make it." And you wonder, is that a proponent of mindset and how you look at your day-to-day life?
Yeah. You said
Absolutely. It's funny.
Go ahead.
I was just saying it's funny how you find those that are in those seemingly lesser positions, but they have that type of joy or that type of demeanor. And it's all, perspective. I try to instill that same type of joy for life into my kids, and help them maintain that because it's easy as an adult once you get into like certain pressures in life and responsibilities and everything, let that weigh on you and just take away the joy of just living, you know what I'm saying? And like nothing is, or life doesn't have to be that serious all the time. You can still breathe and move around and find some sort of joy. So yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate that a lot of us suffer from that mentality, but it's overcomable. You can overcomable. You can get through that.
I think without a doubt my trip to Haiti was one of the most just like jarring instances of that realization in understanding like the especially a lot of stuff here in America that we just are weighs on us and we swear is so life altering if it doesn't happen or if it does happen. When you are seeing children living in rubble in the things that are going on, but they're still prideful and happy and celebrating and no clue, like it's not um shocking at all to them as much as it is to you. It really brings a different visibility of what's important.
That's why those life experiences are so important. I think that's one of the things you were trying to hit on, Kay. Traveling outside of your bubble or just getting outside of your bubble in one way or another to help, shape that perspective and see things from a different angle. Um, it adds that value to you. Go ahead. I'm sorry I cut you off, Kay.
No, you're fine, man. And the thing is, I think it's becoming even like it takes less than what you think. At this point, it's almost like, hey, you know what? Put down the cell phone and just go walk outside and just look around and notice the color of the trees. Notice the color of the birds that are around. Um, Actually listen to the sounds outside. I think these are things that have become lost
Yeah.
as technology and social media and all these things. And we think, man, we got to be doing what these folks are doing. And it's like, no, no, no. It just start simple, start small.
I just shout out to my guy Jay Knight. I saw he just went on like a 5 or 7 day trip in an RV and like went camping in the RV type stuff, got a big RV with the family and went out to the woods and did camping. And I was so jealous that it's get back to doing those things, those simple things that aren't going to necessarily take no technology or anything crazy. Go enjoy nature, understand, the beauty that this whole world really is.
Now, now let's see. That's where I'm like,
Uh-oh.
okay, you taking a little far now, and
Nah, you gotta get Kane.
going,
We
Nothing
gotta do
wrong
How
with
that.
much
camping
how
though.
much nature are we enjoying
you
right
going
now?
camping in the woods. And don't get me wrong. Like I'm making a joke.
RV though.
Take the RV out.
I mean, it's I've driven an RV before. It's overrated.
I hear.
It's just a really big vehicle.
Yeah, it's just a big van.
That's it.
It's just the nostalgia of that's like that's a family thing to do. Hell yeah, me and the family hopped in the RV and we went out.
I feel like
Driving the damn
I
RV.
put that on my list of things to do to drive cross country in the
Yeah,
summer.
that's one of my and exactly
But
if
I think I don't want to. The
You're
more I
not
think
that
about
guy.
driving, the more I'm like, I don't want to drive
I
that
think
long.
I think I would
You'll be
have to have a
stressed out.
driver. I don't know. It
It's,
depends. It always I'm not bad though. I'm not I do a lot of and especially the last
You do a
three,
lot
four
of by
years.
yourself, sir.
Oh, I wouldn't take my family across country. No way. I never said that. I would do a camping
that was
trip.
my thought.
Yeah, no, I definitely would not
No.
do a cross country with my family. No, I do it with my homeboys or where there's actually a spoken and understood
Not
code.
even.
The
Not even.
family code. I could do
Even
it. I
like
could do it with
state
homeboys who
three and ready
wanted
to
to
kill
do
each
it.
other.
Nah, I could do it with homeboys who actually wanted to do it. This ain't college stuff where it's
I
just
like
like cats
I,
is
I like
coming
how you
along and
just
just go
said, nah,
somewhere.
I could do it. Homeboys really want to do it. I'm not gonna do it with you. You don't want to do it.
You obviously taking yourself out of the equation so far, so you're way back there.
I'll meet y'all when we get there. I'll see
Right,
y'all. I'll be coming out the airport.
right.
It's not a problem.
Uh,
Everything is not for everybody.
it'd be cool. I don't know. I mean, it's like something you want to do. You're thinking about it, the whole camping thing, going out and like having an RV and then going outside. But you're
I
like,
think that's when I really realized that I'm really a city boy. I'm not no.
Hell no.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm gonna roll up on you on a golf cart, hang out, and when it's time to go to sleep, I'm gonna roll back in the golf cart to the hotel that's nearby. I'll see you in the morning for breakfast.
Oh
oh
my
man,
goodness.
No, camping is definitely not one of the things. I go fishing. I will
Yep.
sit on the ATV while y'all go boar hunting or whatnot. But
Boar hunt.
right.
oh
Wow.
yeah, uh, friends of mine, bros, went and in Miami went boar hunting down in I guess the Everglades or somewhere. Some shit. It was hilarious the stories that came off of that.
I
But
don't know.
yeah,
Man.
not them things are aggressive. They fight.
Oh yeah, no, boars are
Nah,
no
yeah.
joke. That's
And you
like
see what I mean? Like that's not even gonna serve me. Like I don't eat pork.
yeah,
Like
boars are almost like trying to like wrangle pit bulls, like to kill like people. Like them things are no joke. And they have horns, right?
Yeah.
yeah, they get those little
Tusks or horns, something shit coming out of
Yeah,
them.
they got
Yeah.
something going from here, right?
yeah, something hard and sharp that can poke you. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I know
It's
they.
like I'm
Yeah,
good on that. I'm good on that. All right. Well, how about frisbee? We can go play frisbee.
Right. You know, the funny thing is that Namdi asked me about that the other day. Hey, we go play frisbee at like 9 o'clock at night, and I was like, no, we can't play frisbee now. Oh, but I went to do it earlier and we couldn't. I said, okay, remind me. Like your job was to remind me you want to play frisbee. So you went to your nap, no problem. You woke up, you wanted to do this, do that, and now it's 9 o'clock. And like, oh yeah, my frisbee. No, dude, we can't do frisbee in the cul-de-sac at 9 o'clock. Like, first of all, you can't see where it's going. You can't catch that good yet. So to wind up going on the back somewhere else, like, nah, I'm not gonna run around trying
ain't
to find
nobody got
frisbee
time for that.
at night.
Ain't nobody
Um,
got time for that.
yeah, but I remember playing frisbee in the city where you had to bounce it off the cement and it bounced up in the air, and that was how you
Yep,
caught it. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't about throwing
yep,
up; it was how hard we hit the
yep,
ground and
yep.
bounce it up. So we have
Yeah.
our city boy thoughts right there. Okay, there you go.
Yeah. Whenever you want to come over and play frisbee, let me know. Um, but look, the new experiences, the new experiences, I think that's definitely a great challenge to put out there to folks, and I think it's gonna be a great segment too. I'll add. Can y'all hear that?
Nope.
Okay, good. Um, I'll take it to my, my other new experience. In the last couple of days, I actually went and did acupuncture for the
Yes.
first time.
You
Speak on that.
did. What
Yeah,
is that about?
I
What was
did.
that? What was that like?
Well,
Man,
first off, what got you there? What was the ailment?
um, trying to deal with some stress and maybe some blood pressure.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh, so my cousin recommended it, and I was like, all right, I give it a shot, and went, did it, and it was exactly what you think, man. Doctor talked to me. Okay, tell me what's going on. Blah 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 blah. Okay, yeah, definitely something we can help with, and yeah, we can. You won't have to take any medication because we'll drive it down through acupuncture and needles, and we'll go from there. Once we get it down, you can take some actual like herbs and natural stuff that'll maintain you where you're supposed to be. And I'm like, okay. So sure enough, she lays me down and says, all right, I'm gonna need to put needles in around the top of your head, in your stomach, um, around like your ankle area, and then the like almost at the elbow joint, and then some like right in between your thumb and your pointer finger. And I'm like, okay. Everybody's looking. If you're not watching on YouTube,
Yeah. I was like,
yep, that area right there. Yep.
my thing got me was the elbow. That's like a very sensitive
Well,
area.
no.
Ah, well, the elbow was it's not
Inside
Yeah.
sensitive
part.
on this
Inside
side.
part.
This side, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So
No, hold on, because I got a fact that I have a pimple or something on my elbow, and when you're driving, your right hand lays on the part of it, and that's painful. Like just driving with your right hand
Interesting.
on it.
I've never experienced that, so
yeah,
I
it's
can't
New
debate
experience.
that, sir.
so it's
Touche.
okay. So real quick,
Sorry, go ahead.
probably not a pimple. It's probably an ingrown hair.
Not my elbow.
Yes, in your
Yeah,
elbow.
yeah, you got hairs
Elbow.
all over your
Yes.
arm, boy.
Yes.
You got hairs everywhere,
And
brother.
what happens when you put it pushes on the hair and you feel that sticking you.
No, there was definitely pus today.
Okay.
Okay, good. That's a
Still
good
could be a
sign.
hair. Yeah,
Yeah,
still could be a hair though.
pop it right out. Yeah,
But it could still be a hair that
I
was
see
in there and
that.
it was pus around the hair.
Oh, okay, that's doable.
Yeah. Uh Listeners, I'm sorry for that moment right there. I don't know what you guys are
Be
thinking right now,
well,
like
man.
what just happened, but anyway, so she says, all right, hey, I'm gonna put these in, and then you're just gonna sit here and relax for 30 minutes, because you relaxing is what allows the needles to do their job.
Oh.
So sure enough, she puts these needles in. The only ones that I really felt were the ones in that same area of the hand that we were just talking about. Kind of felt those a little bit. The ones in my stomach I felt.
Oh, really?
And that was it. And I'm laying there for 30 minutes, and she puts a heat lamp over me, and said, all right, let them do their work. Then she comes back, takes them out, and she says, okay, I want to see you back next week. Tonight you'll be really tired because the needles actually will take your energy. I'm like, oh, okay.
Wow.
So sure enough, came home and hooked up to the little blood pressure machine, and it was the lowest my blood pressure has been in like weeks.
Wow. That's
Do
awesome.
they
You
have
take it before you went?
Oh, I've been taking it every day.
Well, I'm just saying, did you like take it
That's
before
it.
you went and then
No,
afterwards saw the drop?
no. I check at the
Well,
same time every day. So
Do you have a machine now where they put it on your finger, or how are you testing blood pressure?
no, man, I got a machine with a little cuff, just like at the doctor's office, and
oh, straight up
they sell them at Target,
everywhere.
CVS.
Oh, like you
Um,
doing a pop, 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 pop.
No, man, the
it's
automated one.
automatic.
Push the button, it's just
It does it itself.
Wow.
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
Okay.
did you feel tired that night?
Yes, I did feel tired eventually.
Okay.
And you didn't feel any of the needles except for the one that was like,
The ones in my
but
stomach, man. And then, of course, she made a joke.
And like real stomach, like
The
belly
ones around
button
the top of
area,
my head. No. Like kind of right
abdomen.
below the sternum area, I guess.
Okay.
Those are the ones that I felt like even like hours later I could feel. Like today I don't feel anything, but and of course when she's putting the ones in my head, she's like, "Oh, this is so much easier."
And like here,
Yeah, because
they,
normally people have hair, and she has to get
yeah.
between the hair.
No, it's just, but I mean, even that I would think
Oh,
Oh
because there's
yeah,
no skin or nothing that it's
yeah,
kind of harder, but it was easy
yeah.
and you didn't feel none of that.
No,
right.
I ain't really feel those. It just
So it's
felt
just
it felt like
like a
somebody
little.
like put their fingernail like on
Oh
that,
Oh,
wow.
and that was
or
it.
even like try to pluck out a hair type thing, like that type of
Nah, not that type of
small,
sensation.
not even that bad. Yeah,
Mm.
interesting.
Now the major
Yeah.
question was, did insurance cover this or was it out of pocket?
See, it all depends on your insurance.
Yeah.
So my insurance does cover it, but we're not going to get into this insurance scam.
Just asking. That's important people to know. Like chiropractors, some insurances cover it, some don't, or they give it.
No, like so that's covered too, but my insurance doesn't start covering stuff until you've reached a certain amount per person
Oh,
or by
that
the
that goes
family.
to that whole $5,000 thing for me. That's what, yeah.
Yeah, I'm in that thing too.
Right? You
I
either have an
understand.
individual trigger or a family trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And you got to
Um,
pretty much be an invalid to hit any of those triggers. Like you got to have so much going on to really spend all of that
That's what
money
I feel like.
in any normal.
It's crazy, but the trick is you do the flexible spending account,
Right.
so at least that money comes out. It's you
Yep.
less
Yep.
tax. You use that money until you get to your deductible, and then you go from there.
Literally use that whole, yeah, that's what we do all the time. So everything we're using, but I feel like it takes so long to that $5,000. And I'm sure everyone's feeling the same way. Listening to this, it's like when you're doing the family plan, individuals seem like, oh, I won't use it. Like when I was doing individual, I never got to the point where I wasn't paying because I never hit it. But then the family, with boys, two boys our age, you got to have that because if something happened, they broke your leg, they get sick, like all those sick visits add up quickly. And you want to get to a point where at the end of the year, you have the ability to go, all right, medicine, go, stock up for next year and get it all going.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm hoping that I get to use that quickly soon.
But to wrap this and whatnot, what I will tell people is the same way we talked about new experiences. Man, look into alternative ways for your health. One, make sure that you're going to go get your annual checkups and your regularly programmed stuff. But when somebody does tell you that they found something you need to whatever, don't just go by the conventional means, because the conventional means is not necessarily meant to cure you. A lot of it's meant to just keep you and get you in the system. And now we got you, and you're going to be in this domino effect of things that we've prescribed for you. So definitely look at an alternative means, talk to people. Shout out to my cousin. She doesn't listen to this podcast, but if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't have went and tried the acupuncture. And I did, and it looks like it's gonna pay off. So, don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to just do what everybody else does. Step outside of that. Um, don't be afraid to step outside of what everybody else does. Let me say it clearer for you guys. Try new things, find out what works for you, and what's gonna ultimately enhance your life.
that's awesome, man. They got acupuncture for like glucose levels.
I'm sure they have
They got
acupuncture for
acupuncture for a bunch of
absolutely
stuff.
everything, almost everything besides skin limb. I'm positive.
Oh, and I didn't tell you all about the chi,
The tea.
the chi,
Gee,
chi,
your inner
like
force.
your inner force, your inner energy. Like it was really weird. Every once in a while, I'm sitting there relaxing, I would just feel like almost like if somebody blew air, but it was on the inside of your body, and you just felt like something just go by. Like
Hmm.
Hmm.
that was happening. Like first it started happening in my arms, and it just felt like something was just like moving. Then I
Hmm.
felt it in my back. It was really interesting. So I asked her what it was. She's like, "Oh yeah, that's your chi. That means that your chi is strong and it's moving around and doing stuff." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Well,
So if
I
it's
want to
leaving,
share.
like, do you get it back? Like, does it rejuvenate,
Your chi.
no, I
regenerate?
don't think it was leaving. I think it was moving around his body. His energy was flowing through
Oh,
his
so you're not.
body,
Oh, okay,
and
okay.
Yeah.
and checking out, okay, you got these needles over here, and feeling and helping
Yeah.
rejuvenate or move whatever, that then helps them have lower
Yeah.
blood pressure. Yeah, oh, very good. That's very good. I want to
I'm
try
asking
that.
because she said you were gonna be tired because the acupuncture like takes your energy or zaps
Takes
your
your energy.
energy or
Yeah.
something. So that's why.
That
Yeah.
could very well be a piece of it, huh, B? That could be why you're tired, because your inner chi is moving around so aggressively within you. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Hmm.
Working, that creates the fatigue. Another thing I want to try is the cupping. Y'all heard of that? Where they do the
Yes,
cups
yes.
and
I have, man. I just have problems with, you know, looking like somebody was sucking on my back or something.
oh my goodness.
Big old medically induced hickey.
I'm not familiar with the cupping process.
Yeah,
You
you are,
definitely need to
man.
look that up. That's
Think about the last Olympics, and you saw all these athletes walking around with these big black marks on them,
those
I don't
big
even remember the
circles.
last. I don't even remember the last one.
circular marks,
Yeah, it's like the newest rage, but it's like they take this cup thing literally on different.
like a glass looking
Yeah, and
type of thing.
suck your skin up into the cup thing, and then hold the pressure up in there for a certain amount of time, and then
Don't they
release it,
heat
and
it?
it's supposed
They heat
to.
it, right? And then that
I don't know. I don't know how far. I just know somehow it sucks up in there, and it's sucked up in there for a while, and then they have them there, and you same thing like with the acupuncture. You rest for a certain amount of time with them on, and then they release them, and it's supposed to like um suck all of whatever into that area, and then
increases
be
the
able to
blood
get it
flow
out.
to that area and the
Yep, it's
nutrients and all that stuff. And yep.
supposed to be very good for you. So it's definitely something, another thing I have on my. I need to try that one day.
Absolutely. Okay, I appreciate you sharing, man, with your new experience and stuff. Hopefully that inspires some folk out there. We're gonna start to wrap this thing up. I gotta go to Fresh to get a fresh ovation in, and then Art's gonna give us his corner, and I'm coming back to you, Coach K, to close us out.
I think I
So
gave my
Fresh.
part. I'm good.
That man said he has clothes.
I'll see if these guys
Art
can
is on
find
you,
me to say
buddy.
something else.
All right, for sure. I was thinking about this earlier, and I was just saying that
Wait,
your
hold on, sir. Hold on, sir. We gotta get the fresh ovation in first.
you said that on me. I was ready to go.
I
I'm
meant the closing was on
fired
you.
up. Oh, closing.
I need
Oh,
to hear.
okay. I am unlit. Let me.
We need new producers. The cue cards are running incorrectly right now. Um, this week, preservation, we're not going off the dome. I got I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all two of these live and direct quotes that I found during my scour of the Instagram and social medias. So some people will judge you for changing, others will celebrate you growing. Choose your circle wisely. Make sure you are surrounding yourself with people who are constantly helping your growth, and be okay with moving away from those people who are not helping your growth, or who are always, seeming to put you in a box and not allowing you to become the beautiful butterfly that you are. Number two, forgive your younger self, believe in your current self, and create your future self. Do that right now, you will be all right. As they say, if you what is it? If you are living in the past, if you're suffering from anxiety, you're living in the past. If you're suffering from depression, I believe you're living in the future. And so you should work on enjoying and creating in the now. That is preservation. What's all?
There it is. There it is. All right, CFEG, we got you for the corner closing, man. What you got?
I'm gonna actually go into where Fresh just left off because it kind of ties into what I want to jump into, and that's pretty much the ability to know what your impression is, know what things you say, and how it can influence others negatively or positively. So you're in that circle and you're going through, and I use examples of today, going into stores and meeting with other young general managers and coaching them and developing them. Um, you get more joy out of someone coming in and telling you what you're working on in a positive light, and what you need to work on, what your opportunities are, and also a positive but straightforward light. There's no fluff in between that process, but it's also the ability for you to know that you must be able to accept the information you're getting from and know that there's someone else around you that has knowledge that want to share it. So breaking down to the process of what this means for you in your daily life. Take the information that's coming to you in the way you need to receive it and listen to it as it's coming in, and then react to that process for it. There are going to be times where you're going to be challenged and you're going to come in and things you don't want to hear because that's just how it works. But doesn't mean what they're saying isn't good for you and your future and how to rotate that into your current situation or how to make it work for you. So listen to the full picture of it, then react to that picture, because most of the times the message is not in the first words or the last words, it's in the middle of the sentence that can make you a difference for you.
Excellent, sir. Excellent, excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening now, remember you can get this podcast on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor, Stitcher. You can catch the videos on YouTube. Please subscribe, leave us comments, let us know how we're doing, let us know what you want to hear.
Tell a friend to
And
tell a
yeah,
friend.
tell a friend to tell a friend, bring a friend to the 13th floor, and make sure you follow us on all your social medias at 13th floor, please, so we can stay connected. But that is it. Unless Coach K got something else he wants to say.
No, I'm good. That's it. See
We
y'all.
are done here on the 13th floor where the furniture isn't always the best, but the views are amazing.
Amazing.
Oh, we out. New intro,
For
baby.
y'all. It's a 13 for y'all.